My name is Stephanie Harris, and I've worked with Neighbour Connections for a few years now, and my role here is to organize the phone service. And the phone service is a service that connects all of our clients by phone with our service, so we're able to see people who are isolated and to be able to make sure that they're okay, because some people don't leave their apartments at all, so at least we can find out if they're okay. I run this, and we have 9 volunteers who work with us to do this job, and the volunteers are trained volunteers. They have quite an extensive training course that they go through to work with us. And then at the very end of all of the general volunteer training they have, I do a session with them so they learn the skills of how to do phone volunteering. We have on the phone volunteer people who speak other languages besides English, which is great because then we can access our Russian clients, our Italian clients. I can't remember the other different, but we are able to reach all of our clients, except unfortunately I don't have a Mandarin or Cantonese speaking volunteer. That's what I'm looking for at the moment. And it works. We ring people every couple of weeks and have a friendly chat. It's not just to ring them up and say, are you okay, are you alive, clonk. It's about, how's your last 2 weeks been, what have you been doing, is there anything you're concerned about? So it's our way of being able to make sure that they are okay in their home and safe. If there's anything else they need, I can refer them to other services, and I can also involve them in going out with us, which they might not have done because a lot of people live in the high-rises, Department of Housing, and they feel a bit intimidated about going out, but they feel okay if somebody's going to pick them up in a bus and take them to a place to go out to lunch, so we do lots of those sort of activities. We organize for them to go to the movies, lunch, exercises, what else? Outings, like a day outing they do. So lots of different terrific. And then we do small activities where just one of our workers will take 3 people out, and they'll go to all different kinds of places. They'll go to the art gallery or stuff like that. So the phone service sort of connects everything and everybody, and it's vital having these volunteers to work with me because I only work 2 days a week. So it's really hard to be able to get everybody connected and to be able to make sure we don't miss anybody. We have a volunteer coordinator, and she sort of spreads the word, and also Volunteers of Australia will ring us up and, they say they have somebody, or we ring them and say we're looking for somebody who can work on the phone service. And people just ring us. Students sometimes will give us a ring and say they're interested in doing it. People who have retired, they just seem to find us. It's quite good being in the city because there are people who are sort of, it's a central place, not impossible to get to. So it's handy having services that are in the city centre.
My name is Therese Poulton, and I have been working for this organisation for just over 10 years, and I currently manage the service. That's me. I guess we've had lots of changes over the years that I have been here. One of the biggest changes that we've had has been a change in our name 2 years ago, because we felt that we needed a new image to be able to survive for the future changes that the government was bringing in to the community. And we were very lucky through one of our members on the board that they had a connection to a very well-known company by the name of Principles, who did all the work for us pro bono. So they gave us a new name, a new logo, a new image, and it seems to have worked wonders for us because we have flourished. And I guess there's been a lot of changes, but to me that's one of the major changes that we've overcome now. We've been on the move as well. We used to be in Redfern for the last almost 20 years, and we had to move from there because the Anglican church that owned the building wanted it back, so they bought it from the government, and we were out in the streets, so to speak. And this has been a temporary residence here at Ultima, and we're hoping in the new year to move permanently to the St Helens Community Centre in Glebe. So that's our plan for the future. Lots of changes, lots of challenges, but I think it's a very rewarding sort of a job that we have. And I always say none of us are here for the money. Definitely because we love what we do, and we love the people that we work with, and we feel that we provide social support, and that's a very important component in people's lives. And the ones that we have mostly live in public housing. They're very isolated and live alone, and they've got a fear of being out there into the community because of the current status of those buildings. Unfortunately, people in there are not always very friendly, and there's always been a lot of drug issues and things like that. And for the elderly especially, it's been a very trying period for them. So we feel that at least we can make that connection for them back into the community. Well, our main focus is the social support component. However, that encompasses a lot of services, but with the social component. So we have some social support workers that work with the clients who have more complex needs, and they do what we call a one-to-one. So they would see 3 clients in a day, and they might just go for a coffee, or they may need to go and purchase a particular item that they need. We also run small groups, which is 3 people with a social support worker in a car once a week, and they go to places of interest. So they might go to an art gallery, or some places that there may be a talk at the university that some people are interested to listen to. So we try to have a diversity of things, or a walk at Bondi Beach or along the Bronte Beach, something that they may not be able to get themselves there normally, because what we have is that we provide a door-to-door service. So people are picked up in their homes and returned at their homes. We run a movie group once a month. We take people to the movies. We run a men's group where the men come together for a barbecue. They like the outdoors, so that seems to be the thing that works for them. And we also run a Tuesday lunch group where we take people to Erskineville for lunch. That's usually the majority. It would be around about 18 people, and it's usually the same people, because that's all they want to do. They just want to go somewhere for lunch, sit down and have a chat and come back home. And the Monday trips are the ones that are further out. So we may go to Manly one Monday, the next Monday. We try to have different directions. And if it's nice, we have a barbecue outdoors. If it's a wet day, then we go to a club for lunch. Most of our services are either free, or they are with a minimal fee. Like, let's say for a bus trip, they'd only pay $4 for the actual transport, and they buy their own lunch. But if it's a barbecue, $4 covers their barbecue as well. So, because most people that we have, as I said, are Department of Housing, so they're financially, they are very poor. They only have their pension to live on, and so that's always been our goal, I guess, is to try and provide something that's affordable for them. One of the other things that we provide is also If a person goes on a shopping bus trip with the community transport, we provide a volunteer for them to walk around the shopping centre with them. Or if they have a medical appointment, we provide a volunteer as well there, so that they don't have the trauma of sitting there in a hospital waiting to see a specialist and whatever. They've got somebody there to support them while they're waiting to see. So I think we have a great service. I'm sold on it. I guess that's why I've been here so long. No, I think it is a good service. Yeah, I think so. It is an important component. The phone service took us a long time to get the government to accept, because in their way of thinking, social support has to be face to face, and we felt that the phone service is just as good as being face to face, because they're getting the support that they need. You know, if they're going through a bad patch, then they've got somebody at the end of the phone that they can actually talk about it. So twice a year we also put on a big lunch for the clients, one in the middle of the year and one for Christmas. And we do that at the Bonnie Doon Golf Club, and that costs people $5. Transport and a 2-course meal, entertainment, and they just love it. That's becoming very popular. We sometimes have 85 clients, and we use community transport buses. We hire those, and also we have the council support. We hire 2 buses from there as well. On Wednesdays we run some sit to fit exercises, one at St Helens, one at Ron Williams Community Centre, and the other one is in the Taronga building in Waterloo in one of the Department of Housing. So, and they're popular as well. But the volunteering is, we would not be able to operate and to keep our services at that low cost if we didn't have volunteers. So that's a very important component. On the bus outings, on the group outings, on the exercises, what we do relies on having volunteers to accompany the clients. We also have volunteers who do one-to-one services. So they'll visit a client in their homes, either just for coffee, or if they have a car with the comprehensive insurance, they take them out. They might take them to the bank, or again they might just go out for a drive somewhere. So that's another angle of ours. We have also language specific services. We have been funded for a Chinese speaking worker, and we've also been funded for a Russian speaking worker who works with that community. They have a total different needs, I guess, than the Anglo-Saxon clients, where the Anglo-Saxon client want to go to the bank or buy something,